Direct marketing. Direct marketing means financial products or financial service sold directly to the customer, typically through a contact center or any verbal communication with a client that leads to financial services. When a direct marketer provides a financial service, it must provide the client with the following information at the first reasonable opportunity. Number 1, the business or trade name of the direct marketer. 2, confirmation if the direct marketer is an authorized FSP, including the license categories and applicable restrictions. 3, telephone contact details of direct marketer. 4, telephone contact details of the compliance department of the direct marketer. 5, whether the direct marketer holds professional and indemnity insurance. When a direct marketer provides advice to clients in respect of a product, it must, at the first reasonable opportunity, make inquiries to establish whether the financial product or products concerned will be appropriate in relation to the client's risk profile and financial needs and circumstances. The marketer must also provide the following information to the client where appropriate. 1, business or trade name of the product supplier. 2, legal status and relationship with product supplier, and all other information on the product. Before concluding the transaction, and if the contract is concluded, the direct marketer must provide the client with certain information. If the information was provided orally, it must be confirmed in writing within 30 days. Where appropriate, a direct marketer must give the client a record of advice, which must include a summary of the information on which the advice was based, the financial products which were considered, the financial products that were recommended with an explanation why the products were selected. A direct marketer must record all telephone conversations with clients in the course of direct marketing and must have appropriate procedures and systems in place to store and retrieve such records. Records of advice given telephonically need not to be put in writing, but a copy of the voice-logged records must be provided to the client or registrar within 30 days if they request it. A direct marketer must ensure that information regarding the product supplier, the FSP, and the record of advice which had not yet been given to the client before the transaction was concluded must be provided to the client in writing within 30 days after the transaction was concluded. Please take note of the days that are needed to register. Advertising. Statements, advertisements, or brochures may not contain any information that is misleading, false, deceptive, contrary to the public interest, or contains any incorrect statements of fact. Advertisements which include illustrations, forecast, or hypothetical data must show support through clearly stated basic assumptions with a reasonable prospect of being met under certain circumstances. Must make it clear that they are not guaranteed and are provided for illustrative purposes only, and must show dependence on performance of underlying assets or variable market forces. Advertisements which include performance data must indicate references to their source and debt. Advertisements which include a warning statement about the risk involved in buying or selling a financial product must be clearly identifiable as a warning statement. Advertisements must include information about past performance, must also have a warning stating that past performances are not necessarily indicative of future performances. If the investment value of a financial product mentioned in the advertisement is not guaranteed, there must be warning that no guarantee is provided. Telephone advertising. An electronic voice-logged record of all communication must be maintained. If no financial service is rendered as a result of the advertisement, the record need not be kept for longer than 45 days. A copy of all the electronic records must be provided on request by the client or by the commissioner within 7 days of request. If the basic details of the product supplier or provider are mentioned in the telephone conversation, then detailed disclosures are not required. If the promotional results in the rendering of a financial service, the full details required by the Code of Conduct are to be provided to the client in writing within 30 days of the interaction with the client. Where a provider advertises a financial service by means of a public radio, the advertisement must include the business name of the provider. The provider is an authorized or licensed FSP where applicable.